And I'd third that, I guess,
Yes.
in that I find it rejuvenating for me to talk to someone with different ideas. And I really like that. But you brought up the aspect of time, and you know, there's only 24 hours in a day. So how do you balance all aspects of life when you're expected to lead a substantial team? 24 hours a day. I saw you on the phone this morning, 7 days a week. Give us some tips for how you do that.
That's a good question. I sometimes like to tell people I have a little bit of a fairy tale life. I'm the 2.4, or was it 3, 4 children? How many are we supposed to have? The average? I don't know how you get a .4 child, but I'll have to ask my kids about that. I'm married almost 32 years. Huge success as far as I'm concerned, because by the way, that I think those of you who are married a long time, that's one of the hardest things you'll ever do in your life is to stay married. My husband's not here, so I can say that. He's actually out of town.
We're taking notes.
That's right, this is being recorded. Okay, can we edit that part out, please? Just kidding. A couple tips. I would say, first of all, set your priorities in life. Someday I'm going to write a book that's called My Decades of Life, because I believe every 10 years, your priorities change, your focus changes. When you're young, you're newly married, you're starting your career, your priorities are different from when you're 39 plus, such as I am, and your life changes. But set your priorities and make them true to who you are. In my early career, and my children, raising my children was important. And so the way I got through that was through a great support system. You cannot do it alone, and don't try to do it alone. Whatever that takes, whether it's, I was fortunate to have a wonderful nanny who my children still know today. My parents were not close by, but they were very much a part of my life. My husband was very supportive. So build that support system, not only in your personal life, but in your professional life, because if you rely on people and turn to them, they will be your champions, they will be your cheerleaders. So I think that's how you keep life in balance.
Jayne, what are some of your secrets?
Well, I think that, it's really, I always narrow it down to one word, and it's perspective. And, we all are in positions, and our life is 24/7, and that it sort of starts to blend together in terms of work and life and so forth. So you have to absolutely, once in a while, take care of yourself, do for yourself, break away, do something that you gotta just leave it behind. I think it's about health, and for me, it's about health and fitness, and about feeling like and again, that's taking care of yourself. But really, generally, my rule of thumb is about just perspective. We've all lost people in our lives, and for me, a very close individual in my life who passed away. That's been now 20 years ago. But at that moment, and that was early in my career, suddenly, things aren't that big a deal, and you can get through it. That doesn't mean every day you're not pushing and you're not working hard, and you're not trying to win, you're not trying to work with the team well, all those things. But you step back and you go, okay. And that's part of, I think, managing people and guiding and mentoring people, to help them understand that and feel that, the world's not going to change today if we don't get this quite exactly right. We're doing it. We're pushing. We're going to make a difference, but it's just keep it all in perspective. I think that's the best way to approach it.
Somebody that was mentoring me told me, do one important thing a day. Make sure that one day you're going to get one important thing done. But then there are other days when just nothing went right. How do you get through those tough days?
Besides a really good bottle of cab or something. That's it. You got to keep those handy.
Well, there's that. Yes. They have them in purse size now.
That's right. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See, I'm learning something here today. It's probably not far from what I just said about perspective, but when you're going through that kind of a day, it is hard to just step back and be so, thoughtful in that way. I think it's about having, Barbara said it, support system in your life. I know one thing I feel really blessed with, not only family, as I mentioned, but also friendships. In fact, I just saw a friend last week in Tucson that is I've known since first grade. And what a blessing that is, you know, to have people like that and long, lifelong relationships that absolutely I can go talk to her and like it was yesterday and we're giggling in high school, you know. I mean, so if you have those, nurture them and have them be, because I think it just grounds you overall, even for those tough days. And I know that there's some people here that have worked with me and that do work with me now, and I'm sure you're thinking that I'm just such an easygoing kind of thing. The fact is, you still have a demeanor about you about, you know, pushing and wanting and doing and striving, and but the fact is, you get through those days because tomorrow there'll be another one, and you get after it again.
Barbara?
Why don't we wrap it up? I think we're
Okay.
running out of time.
Well, for the audience and all of us sharing, what piece of advice would you give women in the workplace today?
I'm going to tell a little story, and I think I can get through it. We'll see. My big thing in life is to dream big, because dreams do come true. And if you don't dream big, you're not going to get anywhere in life. And yes, as Jayne said, sometimes you have tough days and you throw yourself down in the bed and you have a good cry and you stay in your jammies all day. But don't lose sight of your dreams and set your goals high and work toward them. And I know someone, I think Liz is in the audience here, she reminded me, I gave a presentation a while ago, and I always tell people, be fearless. Don't be afraid to take on that new project or that new job or that whatever life throws at you. Don't be afraid to take it on. Just go for it. And I've always taught my children to do that. And my daughter's journey in her medical school was a tough one. I have a whole new appreciation for physicians. And after she graduated last spring, she gave me something, and I wear it often. And I've always told my children, believe in your dreams and dream big. And she gave me this, and it says, believe in your dreams. And so children do listen. And they do. I know sometimes it's hard to believe, but they do. And 26 years later, they give you this, and they give you a hug, and they say, Mom, you've always taught me to dream big, and this is my dream, and I'm living it. So I think that'd be my advice.
I haven't gotten anything from my daughters. Jayne, how about you?
Well, now I have to follow that story. Let's see. I think there's a couple things that I think are really important, and that is really, and this is going to sound trite, I don't mean it to, but it's like, you just do the right thing. How you treat people, how you interact with people, how you make decisions in life, in work, in everything. Just do the right thing. I also have something that I've said, and it's been inspiring to me because I've heard people who have worked for me, I've heard them say this, so it does get passed on. But it's hope is not a strategy. So if you think about that, you're like, I can't hope that something's going to. I can't hope this is going to get better. I can't hope that this project's going to be executed properly, and I can't hope that you have to have a game plan. And if anything, I've learned over these years, it's in your game plan. Make sure you've got a couple of pages left for alternatives, because you might have to go to those pages. But really have a game plan. And then just, Barbara just said it, be fearless. It's okay. I've spent a career of going down a path of either I'm going to get fired or promoted, one or the other. So it's okay. And I'm still there. So don't just go down the middle. Just really take a stance, have a voice, have a vision, and have a lot of heart when you're doing it, and you're going to be fine.